this was actually really interesting yesterday what happened. And okay, so I want to start with by saying, like, so my doodle, if you followed any of my lives and my little stories and stuff, my doodle has lymphoma, and I have been really, really calm and taking all of her updates and things in stride. And even like she's had a super sensitive digestion to begin with, like, just kind of always. Doodles are notorious for this. And so the lymphoma is actually in her stomach, and she had her stomach cut open, which is how we found it. So now her stomach and digestion is even more sensitive. So it really is 50-50 whether she has like good poops or not, and especially being on prednisone, chemotherapy, all the things, right? So we really struggle with the roller coaster of what she's gonna have today. Fair enough, right? Like, it is what it is. And this also, I've come to understand, does include the occasional having the blood in her poop because her digestion gets really irritated. But I've been able to take it all in strides to the point where even the vet has said, oh my God, like, you are so calm. Like, wow. And yes, right? Like, that's part of the emotional control and regulation that I help teach my clients and stuff. This is the point we want to get to. We want to be able to not have these outbursts of reaction, let our emotions take over. We want to be able to take that breath and stay in control and process the information we're getting. Remember, if our emotions are in control and we're being reactive, logic is not present. We cannot properly problem solve. We can't think clearly. We're just like a giant toddler running around with our emotions flaring everywhere, right? So I've been so good at this, practicing this, taking everything in strides, right? So yesterday, what happened was the security gate had texted me, pardon me, they text me and they said, hey, can you come pick up your dog's poop? And I was like, excuse you? I always pick up my dog's poop, and it really irritates me. I don't want to say a sore spot, but it might be a bit of a sore spot because there has been lately a ton of dog poop left everywhere. And it just really gets me because I always think, like, okay, seriously, isn't this what security's for? Like, we will get fined $100 if we don't pick up our dog's poop. So, number one, I do it anyway because it's my dog. And you know what? Crap all over your neighborhood, like, disgusting. So when I walk around and on one morning walk I see like 8 left poops, I get really irritated. I'm just like, oh my God, people, like, ugh. And then I think, like, security, like, is it, find them, make them pick it up, like, don't you find these people? And sure enough, so I get this text yesterday, come pick up your dog's poop, and I was like, not my dog's poop. I said, she did poop in the morning, I picked it up, this is not my dog's poop. And they're like, well, we have you on camera. And I'm like, okay, well, you can show me the footage because I know where my dog's pooped and I picked it up, right? So I go down there. Here's the thing. I kind of registered it, but I didn't. Like, I was irritated, like, instant. I'm like, that's not my dog's poop. Because, first of all, I don't want to get a fine. And second of all, it's not my dog's poop. Like, there's no way this is my dog's poop. I always pick it up. I watched her poop, and she pooped huge, gigantic, right? So I go down there and talk to the lady. She pulls out the camera. She's like, see here, like this. And I'm like, yeah, see her? She's going right there in the grass, watch. And I'm like, see, I picked it up. See? What happened was, while I was getting her first go, she stood behind me and took a second one. And I didn't even notice it because I stood up and we walked towards, whoops, there goes my camera. Okay, that was so weird. Usually it just pops back on, but okay, whatever. So anyway, the whole thing is, I get this text message from security, come clean up your dog's poop. I am 1000% sure it's not mine. And for whatever reason, I'm already irritated. I'm like, that is not my dog's poop. How dare you? And I don't want $100 fine. And I'm like, no. So I go there and she shows me, and again, sees that as I'm picking up her first go, she takes a second one behind me, and I don't even see it because as I stand up, we walk towards the garbage, and she had done it behind me. And the very interesting thing, so I apologized profusely, and I'm like, okay, seriously, I don't think it was possible for this much to come out of her. Like, holy crap, like, ugh. But it did. It's right there, and I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I feel like the biggest heel. I'm like, and I'm just like apologizing, and I'm like, I am so sorry. Thankfully, she took it well. If she holds a grudge, I can't do anything about that. And then as I'm picking up her second go, the security guard comes over, and she's like, oh, a key, like here also. And I'm like, a third? And so while I was opening up the gate, because we went to the park yesterday, I was opening up the gate. She quickly, in like 3 seconds, took a third go. So here I had two spots I hadn't picked up. Like, absolutely crazy. I never would have thought this possible. And like I said, that was way too much. Like, there's no way that this came out of her, but it did, obviously. And then when I got home, so I'm reflecting on this, and I'm like, man, I was really upset. I was really upset that they accused me of such a thing. Isn't that interesting? How in one area, when it comes to my doodle, when it comes to my big guy, he also had the surgery with the hemoglobinoma, whatever cancer removed. And I can take that in strides, and I remain calm for that, and I do all my things right, and then all of a sudden I get accused of something, and I practically lose my mind. So it was very interesting that this realization for me, when we have emotional control, emotional regulation, obviously that does not translate into all aspects. It's not just this blanket, okay, I have control over my emotions. It's more like I have control over my emotions in these areas that I've practiced them and I've worked on it and I've had that experience, but I have not been accused of anything apparently in a really, really long time, because my emotions completely took over, and I was just like, I could feel, well, my face might have been red because I was embarrassed of how I behaved. And could we have gotten to the exact same result? Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I didn't actually stop up there and Karen all over them. I did not do that. I remained cool, and I was just like, no, that is not, I have, like, I even have to take a picture of her first one because I have to send it to her doctor. I'm like, there's no way. And they're like, well, go talk to the lady with the camera. And then I did, and I'm like, no. And so it's not like I was belligerent or I went in swinging. Like, no. All of that, though, was internal. I did have those emotions internally. Internally, I was stomping like, I am going to show you, right? Thank God I didn't do any of that. And I think that's just not my nature. But the point is that internally, I was not in control. And it was just so surprising for me how this plays out, like how it actually, if no one's ever challenged us in a specific type of way where we can have the emotional reaction, how do we know we're actually in control? Like, just so interesting. And the other interesting part is I'm listening to a book on mindset about fixed mindset and growth mindset. And I had always thought, like, if you have a growth mindset, this is just, again, kind of a blanket thing. You just have this in all areas of your life because that's the way you think, right? And the author's like, no, we always, all of us, all the time, have a mixture between growth mindset and fixed mindset in different areas of our lives. And I was like, well, holy crap. And I listened to that part last night, and I thought, well, that's it though. So we have the emotional regulation and control in certain aspects of our life, but until we have these experiences and need to implement it in other areas, in other situations, we might not actually have that. I know, super neat. So, all of that being said, I just want to give you that food for thought. I'm sharing that food for thought of what areas have we not really been challenged in our new habits, our new regulations, our new control. And again, I've had this control for well over a year. I mean, my doodle was diagnosed in October, so and my big guy's had issues for a year and a half now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's been well over a year, and I want to say I've had pretty good emotional control for years now, but I have not been accused of something in clearly at least that long period of time. So yeah, I think I'm going to really attempt to keep my awareness about me in other aspects. Like, I think I let my awareness guard down because I'm doing so well, if that makes sense. And so yesterday, because when I look back and I got that text immediately, I was like, they're trying to blame this on me. Right there, my awareness should have kicked in and been like, whoa, you seem a little heated already. What's happening? But it did not. So hopefully this story helps you out, gives you a little perspective in that, yes, we can be super good in one area and complete crap in another. And I really think this goes for places like work versus home. We can be super regulated, super everything at work. And I've always kind of thought of it in the sense of, while we kind of expend all of our mental capacity having that emotional control at work, and then when we get home, there's nothing left. And obviously that can be, and that is true for a lot of us, but I feel like there's also this aspect of maybe we've just done the work to have that control out at our jobs, at our business, our work. But we haven't actually done the work to have that control at home yet. Obviously, because it's more challenging. Our home is where we're the most vulnerable, we feel safest, and so we feel like we can let loose. We can be more relaxed, right? So, yeah, I hope this definitely gives you a lot of food for thought and maybe a perspective shift in your own areas of where you have that control and maybe where it kind of takes you by surprise a bit. And if you're interested in an affordable way to continue this journey and continue growing, but you need that little bit of support, this is a great way. Check out either my Facebook group or my Substack subscription.